what you got to remember about the apps is they are a business, okay? They're not there to assist you in finding the love of your life, all right? Because actually, if you meet the love of your life, then you drop off the app and the app loses a customer. There's some beautiful, beautiful, authentic music being played here. Look at this. Yeah, so the apps are a business and they actually have a vested interest, when you think about it, in you not achieving your goal. Because if everybody who goes on the app achieves their goal, if their goal is to find lasting love and everyone who goes on the apps achieves that, then the apps go out of business, okay? So the apps actually benefit from you not getting what you want, okay? And also the apps have to make money. So they want you to upgrade. They want you to spend more money for premium packages and boosting your profile and all of these different things. So it's not really in their interests to just make it super, super easy for you, okay? The other thing as well is you've got to remember that dating, sex, romance is a market like any other, and it's based on demand and supply. And guess where the demand is concentrated? Well, it's not concentrated on mediocre-looking blokes from Stoke-on-Trent who make a middling income, all right? The demand is focused on the very most attractive women, wherever they might be based in the world. Okay, that's where the demand is. For the most part, now you might be watching this and you're a male model and you're, whatever, super, super elite, high value guy. Okay, fine. Then you are going to be in some demand. But even then, you're still not going to experience the same level of demand as a super, super attractive 24-year-old girl in Medellin is going to get on those apps, okay? So that's the other thing, right? You have to bear in mind, if you're a guy watching this, then you are not the locus of demand, all right? The demand is elsewhere. You are part of the demanding group, if you like. You are a customer, not a customer. You want to get with a particular woman, and there's going to be competition for that woman on the apps, okay? And everybody's on the apps, all right? So it's not just you. It's also the super, super high value guy, the super ripped guy, the rich guy, the good looking Chad. All of these other blokes are on the apps as well, okay? And what has she got to go on when... Because look at it like this, like Tinder. I mean, okay, I think you can still fill in a profile or something, but I mean, who even looks at that, right? What does a woman have to go on when she goes on Tinder? She's flipping through a bunch of photographs, all right? All she's got to go on really is the physical. And I had a conversation with Tallulah from The Feminine Truth about this recently. We did a live stream together, which is on the channel if you search back and have a look. All she's got to go on is the physical. So, of course, that's going to be her main criteria. I mean, it's fair enough, right? And Tallulah said this. As a woman, really, what else do you have to go on? You're going to go on looks, because that is the very nature of those applications, right? That's the very nature of those channels. Looks. Now, I'm sure there are guys watching this who are extremely good looking, and that's great. But there's always going to be somebody who's better looking than you out there, right? And look, very, very good looking guys. Yes, and no surprise, black pill lurkers watching this, tend to do well on the apps, okay? But for most guys, like most women, really, fall somewhere in the middle in terms of the looks equation. And if you're somewhere in the middle, yeah, you can do all right. You can get some dates. But are you going to be smashing it on the apps? No, probably not, because you're just somewhere in the middle of that bell curve. Okay, so yes, I think it makes sense to use the apps, but I don't think that you should regard them as being the golden key that's going to solve all of your dating problems, because they're really not. I mean, and I've met people on apps, I've met girlfriends on apps and things like that, and yeah, fine. For me personally, and call me an old romantic, I actually prefer to meet people in real life You know, whether that's at a bar, whether that's at a cocktail lounge, at a restaurant, at a party, the coffee shop, whatever it is. I actually prefer to meet organically. I just think it's nicer. I think it's more natural. I think it's the way that it always was. I'm not saying it's the way that it should be, but I think that it's just my personal preference. But yeah, I mean, I'll use the apps a little bit for sure. I think what you want to be doing is you want to be adopting an holistic approach to this, okay? So yeah, by all means, get some of the apps, and you know, we can talk more about how to optimize your profile on the apps, but basically it's about having good pictures. So get some good pictures done and get a second opinion on them as well, because you know, I've seen some pictures that guys have put up on the apps and they're pretty terrible, to be honest. So get a second opinion on it. Don't look like a dork. But yeah, you know, get a couple of the apps going, put some decent pictures up, do a bit of swiping, fine. Don't waste too much time on it. People think that the apps are time efficient. They're really not. You can spend a hell of a lot of time swiping and messaging and blah-de-blah-de-blah, and it all goes nowhere. But get out there and be social as well. You know? When you're in the coffee shop, when you're in the restaurant, when you're in the bar, all right? Look at people, see people that you find attractive, go and initiate conversations with them, okay?